Hardcore sports fans tend to know plenty of facts about their favorite athletes. However, there happens to be a fair share of untold truths about Michael Jordan that would surely surprise you, including the fact that the NBA legend has 5 kids. Michael Jordan became a father when his first son, Jeffrey Jordan, was born in November 1988. However, when the athlete initially found out about the child, he wasn't exactly eager to accept his position as a parent. In fact, the baby's mother, Juanita Vanoy, who eventually became Jordan's wife and a mom to 2 more children with him, had to get lawyers involved before the star would acknowledge his responsibilities. Although the pair was already engaged to be married, their romance had cooled and the process had stalled. Juanita hired attorney Michael Minton in July of that same year. Minton described the situation to the Washington Post in 2002, saying, "She told me she was pregnant, unwed, and that the father of the child was Michael Jordan. She felt she could not get Michael's attention or cooperation or response without the retention of a legal representative. He was obviously not being responsive to her needs or the needs of the unborn child. It's not something that, if you ignore it, it will go away." That's what Michael Jordan found out when he faced what could potentially be a very public paternity suit, which apparently prompted him to acknowledge that the baby was his. Although Michael got his own team of lawyers involved, he reportedly admitted paternity within a few months. While you might think that the offspring of a basketball legend would live a charmed life, they also have to deal with living in their father's shadow. Making your own way in the world isn't easy when you have a successful parent, and that's certainly been the case for Michael Jordan's sons. The star's eldest child, Jeffrey Jordan, followed his dad into basketball, playing with the University of Illinois.
Are you as driven as he is/was?
Yeah, but I don't show it.
Probably more.
No matter what they do, Michael has also acknowledged that the task isn't easy. Speaking to his children during his 2009 Hall of Fame induction speech, Jordan said,
"You guys have a heavy burden. I wouldn't want to be you guys if I had to."
While fans may have been eager to see what Michael Jordan's sons, Jeffrey and Marcus Jordan, were capable of on the court, the pair have stirred up headlines for getting in trouble. The brothers first sparked a scandal in 2010 when they took a trip to Las Vegas, where they lived it up gambling, reportedly losing tens of thousands of dollars over the course of a single weekend. They invited the scrutiny of the Nevada Gaming Control Board, though, because Marcus was only 19 and not yet old enough to legally gamble. Jordan's younger son found himself in trouble again 2 years later when he was 21, when he allegedly got into a minor altercation with 2 women while under the influence of alcohol, making a bit of a scene when the police arrived to break it up. He ended up being arrested and charged with disorderly conduct, obstruction of justice, and resisting arrest. It must not have been all bad, though, seeing as how the incident resulted in an unusually chipper mugshot. Being loyal to your family is usually a good thing, but in Marcus Jordan's case, that dedication to who and where he came from, as well as the brand that helped make his father a rich man, sparked an issue that involved a lot of money. In what ESPN deemed a shoe debacle, trouble cropped up when Marcus showed up as a recruit for the University of Central Florida. The school had a deal with Adidas, which happens to be a rival of Nike, a company that Jordan and his family have a long-standing partnership with. When Marcus got to UCF, he reportedly insisted on wearing Nikes instead of the Adidas gear that he was supposed to wear as a member of the school's basketball team. In turn, Adidas reportedly ended its relationship with the school, losing the institution around $3 million worth of sponsorship money. Marcus later insisted that he had been told his shoe preference wouldn't be a problem, and that the school expected him to be an exception to the Adidas sponsorship deal. As it turned out, Adidas disagreed. Michael and Juanita Jordan's only daughter together is Jasmine Jordan. While her brothers opted to play basketball at the University of Illinois and the University of Central Florida before striking out with business projects, Jasmine studied sports management at Syracuse University and went on to a prominent position in the family business. Talking to Rolling Out in 2019, Jasmine talked about her job as an executive liaison for athletes signed to Nike Jordan brand. She said, "I make sure that our players get everything from footwear to apparel to succeed on the court and to be fashionable off the court. Then on the back end, when we do photo shoots and appearances, I make sure I get everything on schedule so that way we can market each player." Jasmine also opened up about what her father taught her about business, saying, "When my dad played in the NBA, he trusted his gut. That translated to business as well, and he definitely instilled that in me. Because if it doesn't feel right, then it's not right." In 2016, Marcus Jordan launched a boutique retail line called Trophy Room, combining his familiarity with Jordan brand apparel and his college degree in hospitality management.
Your father, what was his initial reaction?
His initial reaction was, go get a job first. You never ran a store, how are you gonna run a store?
Marcus told CNBC that the business was inspired by the trophy room in his childhood home. where friends and family used to gather among all the awards and memorabilia. It was a vibe that Marcus seemingly wanted to bring over to his business as well.
As we got older, that room, the energy in that room, it wasn't lost on us.
On top of being a gathering place, Trophy Room's brick-and-mortar store sells clothing, footwear, and accessories from a variety of sporting goods brands, with plenty of space, of course, for Jordan and Nike items. Michael Jordan married Yvette Prieto in April 2013. By November, the couple announced that Prieto was pregnant. However, what they kept a secret at the time was that they were actually expecting 2 little ones. The world found out that Jordan and Prieto had welcomed twin baby girls into the world in February 2014, when a representative for the couple announced, "Yvette and the babies are doing well, and the family is overjoyed at their arrival." The little ones, named Victoria and Isabel, are the first for Prieto, who was 35 when they were born. Jordan was 51 at the time, while the NBA legend's older children were all in their early to mid-20s when the twins were born. While Victoria and Isabel have mostly kept out of the spotlight since their birth, they're surely enjoying the same kind of privileged lives that their older brothers and sister had. However, being the children of a sports legend just like the others, they may also face the same pressure that comes along with that role. We'll just have to wait and see how they handle their lives as Jordans. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Nicki Swift videos about your favorite celebs are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.